Anna, I was so lonely last Christmas because you and your son didn't come to our house. So, of course, you will come to our house this year, won't you? Good evening, Tina. Last year, I already made plans to have a party with my friends. I'm sorry we couldn't make it to your party. Of course, this year we will both be there. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Let's have a family party, including my eldest son, Tony. Sure. I'll leave the preparations to you, Anna. Please make everything homemade. What? Everything? Of course I'm willing to make dinner, but if I make everything myself, it will look too homemade. I was going to buy some food. Oh dear, you're such a newbie housewife. But it's been about 1.5 years since you and Ian got married, right? Why don't you get used to housework already? I'm sorry, I do usually cook, but I'm not so confident in making party cuisine. Don't make excuses like that. I'm sorry. I don't know if it will suit your taste, but I will prepare everything with my own hands. Do you have any requests? Oh, God. You even ask me that? You should at least think for yourself a little bit. I just want to prepare what you and Tony would like to eat. I'm saying it's your job to think about it. You don't even understand that? Well, I'm going to make a special exception this time and give you a little advice. Chicken is definitely the way to go. Tony likes fried chicken, so you should make it. And salmon salad, spring rolls, caprese salad, meat pie. I'd also like a salad with lots of seafood. And pasta for main dish. I've never made that many dishes at once, and I've never made a meat pie before. Then why don't you practice? You're not a child. You can't even figure that out without being told? And a fancy cake is a must. It has to be a fancy whole cake that suits Christmas. What? A cake too? I've never made a cake before, so making a whole cake is a bit too much for me. Besides, I think it's definitely better to buy one. Anna, are you trying to resist me? I hate people who complain without even trying. I mean, it's not that I'm complaining. It's just that I feel bad that you have to eat the cake I made. It's Christmas. I feel bad for all of you. See? There you go again, making excuses. Fine. I will make the menu you requested, including the cake. You finally understand. You should have said so from the beginning. What time can you come? You can come around noon, right? I have some preparations to do, so I'll be there in the morning. Ian has to work, so he will be coming in the evening. What? Christmas is on a Sunday this year, right? And yet Ian is working? Yes, he told you about it, didn't he? He's being transferred to another department, so he's very busy with the handover and so on. He often has to go to work on his days off too. I didn't hear that. I heard that you're quitting your job at the end of this year. I'm sorry. I thought Ian told you about it already. Hey, does that mean a promotion? Yes, it doesn't mean that he's promoted right away. But I heard it's a transfer for him to get in a more important position in the future. That's my son. It was worth all the hard work I put into raising him. Yes, I really appreciate your hard work, Tina. Have you finally realized how great I am? I've always thought you're amazing. Well then, you should be more grateful to me. I'm counting on you for this year's Christmas. Sure, I'll do my best. Mom, what the hell are you doing? I heard that you threw away the food into the trash. Anna had worked so hard to prepare them. Why did you do that? Anna said from the beginning that she was going to bring something she bought. You're the one who told her to make everything from scratch. When I was a kid, you always told me not to waste food. I still remember you got mad when I wasted food. I can't believe you would do such a thing yourself. I am disappointed in you. Don't blame me. I wouldn't expect her to bring such a bad dish. It's Christmas, you know, and yet Tony and I were forced to eat shitty food. I think we are the victims. You know, Anna was busy with her job. She practiced cooking party cuisine every day. She wasn't even having enough sleep because of it. I tasted the food many times, and it was all really good. But you threw them in the trash saying they were so bad. Mom, you're out of your mind. You should apologize to Anna and the ingredients. It couldn't be helped. I'm just trying to carry out my plan. What? What plan? I've been saying for a while now that I want to live with you, right? Yeah, you were saying that, but I clearly rejected your offer, remember? That's why. Because you rejected my offer, I had no choice but to take a hard line. You rejected because Anna told you to, right? The truth is, you want to live with me, don't you? I know you, darling. No. It's our common thought that we refused. Anna didn't tell me to say no. Anyway, what is this plan that you're talking about? First, I would say that Anna's cooking was so awful. And then, I would tell her to live with me so that I can teach her how to cook. That way, you wouldn't have to gauge Anna's mood, and you'll be happy to live with me, right? Mom, you're insane. You threw away Anna's cooking because of that? That's crazy. Anna called me crying. You should think about Anna's feelings a little bit. Anna's feelings? Why do I have to think that much about it? Mom, when did you become like that? Tony became mentally ill, and you and Dad were living on pensions. I've been sending money to you for a long time because I thought it would be hard for you to support Tony. I know you're under a lot of stress, so I've been willing to turn a blind eye to some of your selfishness. But lately, your selfishness has gone to the extreme. I raised you very well. What's wrong with a little bit of selfishness? We can spend more time together, and I'm sure you'll be glad after you move in with me. I'm sure about it. What's with that weird confidence? I'm with Anna right now, and she's baking a cake while crying. It's your fault. That's right, the cake. How long is she going to make me wait? She'd better hurry up. Oh, come on, Mom. I think we can both be there within the next hour, so just wait for us. All right, just get here as soon as possible. Mom, why did you throw away the cake Anna worked so hard to make? Anna wanted everyone to have a delicious cake, so she practiced more than 5 times, and I was surprised when I tasted them. I'm not trying to flatter her, but she really made cakes that were as good as the ones at the store. And yet, you said it tasted awful and that you couldn't eat it. Is this part of your plan again to live with us? Why would we think that we want to live with you? Anna is acting all tough, but she looks like she's about to cry. Mom, apologize to her. Why do I have to apologize? It's true that my plan is to live with you guys. But even if I didn't have the plan, it was such a horrible cake. It's worth throwing away. Well, it was pretty on the outside, but it tasted terrible. How could I not throw it away? Besides, why are you talking big to me? What? You and your wife Anna are my slaves. Be prepared. You are destined to live with me, and your life with me will be so fun. What are you talking about? I don't want to live with you. What? Mom, was the cake that bad? It was awful. How could she let us eat that cake? She must be crazy if she can only bake a cake like that after practicing more than 5 times. She needs to move in with me so I can teach her a lesson. I'd be embarrassed if she serves that shitty cake to someone. That cake was from a famous pastry shop around here. Was it that bad? It's funny because the store is a highly rated pastry shop. Was it not to your taste? Well, let's see. No wonder it looked beautiful. I was surprised. I thought it was strange that Anna could make such a beautiful cake. Did you deceive me? How can you say that? You decided to tell Anna that the cake was bad from the beginning. You're out of your mind to go to such lengths just to live with us. We don't want to be at your beck and call. You said Anna practiced making cakes many times, and she didn't bake one today? She did. Everyone except you ate the cake Anna baked. Anna seemed to have tried her best to make it look like the cake from the store. So, you didn't notice, did you? Dad and Tony both seemed to enjoy the cake that Anna made. They were so happy to eat it. You were the only one eating the cake from the store, and you were so mad that it tasted bad. That's hilarious. I was laughing so hard inside. I was trying to hold it back. Ian, how can you make fun of your mother? I will never forgive you. You don't have to forgive me. Don't get carried away. It's a done deal that you guys move in with me. I'm sorry, but I've been transferred overseas. What? Overseas? Anna told me that you're going to be transferred, but... So, you're going overseas? That's right. It was suddenly decided. I'll move the day after my last day of work this year, so I can get used to life over there before I start working. I'm going to start working at the new place next year. Why didn't you tell me such an important thing earlier? I was going to tell you today. It was a sudden decision. Oh no! My plan to move in with you... Well, you decided that on your own without asking us. Even if I were in the US, I don't intend to live with you. Then I'll at least live with Anna. Huh? What are you talking about? That's impossible. Why is it impossible? Anna must be lonely all by herself while you're gone. If we, as a family, were with her, she would feel safer. And I can teach her more about cooking and housework. I'll call Anna right away. See you later. Mom, wait a minute. I can see you're trying to force Anna to do the housework. I mean, I didn't say I'm going to move out on my own. Anna's going to live abroad with me. Mom, are you listening to me? Anna, I'm really sorry about earlier. I hope you can forgive me. The truth is, I really enjoyed the food you made. I didn't mean what I said. I'm sorry. I'll be honest with you, Tina. I was very shocked that you threw everything away. But if you feel bad, then it's okay. You forgive me? Thank you so much. So, I have something to tell you, Anna. Won't you move in with us? I never thought that Ian would be working overseas. I thought you would be lonely while he's away. That's why I think it would be better for you to live with us. Tina, I'm with Ian right now. I saw the texts you guys were sending to each other. Ian tried to explain to you about his transfer overseas, but you didn't read his texts until the end, did you? What? What do you mean? I'll just tell you that I'm going overseas with him. What? No way! You're both leaving? Yes. Please ask Ian for the rest of the story. I'll leave you now. Ian, I didn't hear that Anna's going with you. I texted you, but you just didn't read it, Mom. I called you right after that, but you didn't answer. So this is why Anna quit her job. You'll be back in a few years anyway, right? Then you don't have to take Anna with you. Well, it's not decided yet, but I originally have a lot of dealings with overseas in my job, so it's easier for me to do my job if I live over there. If I can achieve some results over there, I've been asked if I can continue to work there as the head of the base. What? Where overseas? If you become the head of the base, it will be very difficult to come back to the US. China. What? China? That's so far away. I haven't decided yet, but if the work there goes well, I'm willing to move there permanently. Anna understands my determination, so she quit her job and she's coming with me. You're kidding! Don't decide such an important thing without informing me. China is too far away and we would rarely see each other. I'll miss you too much. If I tell you, you would oppose my moving, right? Besides, I'm an adult now. Why can't you support me in my decision? Then what about our life? How can we live on such a small pension? We have Tony at home too. Aren't you worried about your brother? If that's the case, will you at least continue to send money to us as you have been doing? You say you'll miss me, but I know that's what you really want. I think I've spoiled you and Tony too much. What are you talking about? If I keep sending money, you and Tony will just keep depending on me. I'm doing this for both of you. I'll take this opportunity to stop sending money. No way! Do you want us to live in poverty? We can't support Tony with just a pension. We're in the red. Then why don't you get Tony to work? What? You don't have a heart. Tony is mentally ill, you know that. I know it's been hard for him. But do you know how long it's been since he quit his job? It's been more than 5 years. I don't think you really want things to stay the same, do you, Mom? Well... Mom, you're too busy worrying about Tony, but I think you have something important that's happening. What? What do you mean? Is Dad home? No, I don't think so. Oh, I wonder where he went. I just got a call from Dad apologizing for everything. I'm sorry you had to go through all of this because of Tina. You've even been sending us money and I was spoiled. That's what he said, and he apologized over and over again. And he said he's getting a divorce. What? Your father said that? No way! He couldn't tolerate your selfishness. He tried to warn you many times, but you wouldn't listen to him. You want to know what was the decisive factor for him? It was that you threw away the food Anna worked so hard on, saying it tasted bad. He said he didn't want to be with you anymore after seeing you throw away the cake without hesitation. But that cake was from the store, right? But you didn't know that. You thought it was a cake Anna made and threw it away saying it tasted bad. That's... Dad even cried and apologized to Anna. Now I see the divorce papers on the table. It's been hard for Dad too. I can understand. You've never listened to what Dad said, and you constantly harassed my wife. If I were in Dad's shoes, I would have left long ago. Now that he's gone, I know you're going to come crying to me soon anyway, so I'm going to stay out of touch with you for a while. What? Why are you saying that? We're family. I told you before. I've spoiled you and Tony too much. I think it's in your best interest that I do this. Goodbye. No, Ian! Don't abandon us! Mom resisted getting a divorce, but Dad told me that he finalized the divorce with the help of a lawyer. I think he had a hard time because Mom didn't listen to his opinion at all. I want him to live freely from now on. I know Mom will have a hard time with Tony, who is unemployed and a shut-in. I don't want her to depend on me forever, so she will just have to get through this with Tony. I hope that Tony will be able to return to society soon. I really appreciate Anna for believing in me and coming with me overseas. I am finally getting settled in my life here, And just the other day, we found out that Anna is pregnant. In order to make Anna and our unborn child happy, I will continue to do my best.
Vanessa, is now a good time? Hi, Patricia, what's the matter? You know, I'm going to ask something a bit strange. Have you talked to the police about my son lately? Police? No. Why do you ask? I see. Actually, yesterday, a man in his 50s claiming to be a police officer came to my house. He said he wanted to see my son and asked me to tell him where he was. He wanted to see Andrew? It's strange no matter how you look at it, right? So I sent him away, of course. I thought maybe something had happened at your place, so I decided to contact you. I'm also surprised. I never heard anything about it. Is it a scam or something? That could be it. I don't know how they got our address either. Be careful at your place too. Okay, I will. Thank you for letting me know. Please be careful and keep your doors locked too.
Are you James Reynolds' wife? We are arresting your husband. Please cooperate with our investigation.
What? What's this out of the blue? Is this a scam?
No, I am a police officer.
Why would a police officer contact me by text? I mean, how did you get my contact information?
That's confidential.
Isn't that an invasion of privacy?
In the context of a police investigation, such concerns are irrelevant. You are obligated to cooperate.
Really? Even if you claim to be the police over the text, I can't trust it at all.
Then please take a look at this.
What? What's this picture that you just sent me?
It's a police ID.
Police ID? Do the police nowadays show their ID as a picture?
Yes, because digitalization has advanced in recent years. Anyway, we're arresting your husband. Please, tell us where he is.
I can't give you my husband's information just like that. I mean, you seem suspicious.
What? Accusing a police officer of being suspicious? I could arrest you for obstructing justice.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I understand. But first, can you tell me what my husband is accused of? Did he commit a serious crime?
Your husband is a fraudster who tricked people out of $10 million. There's a warrant out for his arrest, so we're arresting him.
What? $10 million?
It's shocking, isn't it? Your husband is a high-ranking member of a global fraud organization. He's swindling large sums of money from innocent elderly people.
I didn't know. When was this?
As recently as yesterday.
What? Yesterday?
There have been over 20 cases this month.
Today is the 21st. So, does that mean my husband has been committing fraud every day? That's frightening. By the way, this fraud organization, when did they start operating?
Since a year ago.
What? Really?
Shocking, isn't it? Your husband has been involved in a major crime for that long.
I'm really shocked.
So please help us with our investigation. Tell us where your husband is.
I understand, but I don't know where he is. He hasn't been home in a while.
Perhaps he's afraid of the police and is on the run. Well then, please tell us your home address.
What? Why? My husband isn't at home, so why do you need the address?
There's a possibility that he left some evidence at home. We'll need to conduct a search of your residence.
I understand. Our address is... Patricia, a self-proclaimed police officer contacted me too.
I knew it.
Did they check your house? Are you okay? The police didn't come directly to my house but sent the message. The police asked me for my address, but I quickly told them the address of a pizza place I saw on a flyer nearby. Well done. Did they say anything about Andrew? Apparently, Andrew was a high-ranking member of a fraud organization. What? And he's been active for a year, and it looks like he's tricking people out of $10 million. They said there was a warrant for his arrest, and they were looking for him. What? I can't believe it. Pulling off $10 million is quite a talent. That's true, but how did they know my contact information and your address? I hate to think about it, but could that self-proclaimed police officer be someone related to our relatives or friends? If so, there's no way that the police officer doesn't know about Andrew. That's right. They visited your house suddenly, but if they ask for my address, it means they don't know where I live, I guess. That also feels a bit off. Oh, wait a minute. What's wrong? There's news about a fraud organization right now. They've been active for a year, and the total damage is $10 million. Isn't this the same information as what you mentioned earlier? It does seem that way. I thought it was all made up. It seems like the fraud organization actually exists. I wonder what their purpose is. At first, I thought they were going to ask for alimony or hush money, but he didn't seem like the type to want money. Anyway, they're insistent on knowing where Andrew is. I wonder what he wants to do by looking for Andrew. What could it be? I don't know. I can't figure it out at all. It's like a mystery novel. Oh, wait. Mystery novel? What now? I've got it. They know our address but not yours. Someone who doesn't know what happened to Andrew. I might have an idea. Really? Yes. I don't know why he knows your contact information or why he's looking for Andrew, but I think that's enough of a clue. Can you tell me more about it?
Hey, you really fooled me last time.
Oh, hello. Any update on the case?
So, you are just going to pretend that you didn't lie? This is serious obstruction of justice. Do you understand that?
What are you talking about?
I went to the address you gave me the other day. It was a pizza place.
What? I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
How do you mix up your home address with the pizza places? I'm pretty sure it was on purpose. Don't mess around.
I'm not. I really made a mistake.
We don't have time. Come on, give me the right address.
Are you in a hurry?
Yes, I am.
Why?
There's information that the fraud organization is escaping overseas. We need to catch your husband and bring down the entire fraud organization before that happens.
That's tough, but I don't think my husband has a passport.
Of course, they will go to overseas illegally. A criminal organization wouldn't leave the country in a normal way.
I guess so, but are you sure you're allowed to tell me that? Isn't that an internal police secret?
You're a cooperating witness, so it's fine.
Don't you think that I'm working with my husband?
According to the investigation, you are not a suspect, so it's okay.
I see. Wow, just as I thought. People inside the organization are well informed.
What do you mean?
You're a member of that fraud organization, right? I don't know why you're targeting my husband, but when you were acting, you accidentally revealed the details about the organization you're really a part of. You even mentioned plans for illegal immigration and fleeing the country. You're too dumb, aren't you?
I'm a police officer. You, the wife of a fraudster, intend to defy a police officer like me?
You are not a police officer. Don't you ever call my husband a fraudster.
You said your husband hasn't been home lately. That's evidence of something suspicious.
My husband has already passed away.
What?
I never said anything about my husband being alive, did I? The reason he hasn't come home is because he's dead.
He's dead? When?
About a year ago. He was hit by a truck and passed away. If it's true that he's still alive and committing fraud, I'd rather want to see my husband.
If he's dead, why didn't you tell me first? Were you deceiving me? Don't mess around.
There's no need to tell a clearly suspicious person. And I didn't lie to you. You just misunderstood on your own. If you call yourself a police officer, you need to act smarter. Right, Mr. Morgan Johnson?
What? How did you know my name?
56 years old, single, officially unemployed. In reality, you're a member of a fraud organization. You're the one with a warrant out for your arrest.
How did you?
My husband, before marrying me, used to gather with a mystery enthusiast he met online. They talked about mysteries while having tea and meals. You were there too, weren't you? You knew his parents' address, but you didn't know about his current home address. I thought it was strange that you didn't know that my husband had already passed away. It makes sense if you knew him a long time ago.
What? How did you know? Are you a detective or something?
It was my mother-in-law, not me, who figured it out. Among my husband's belongings left at his parents' house, there was a list of contacts from the Mystery Club. In it were my husband's parents' home address and your real name and address. Based on that, we asked the police to look into you. I told them that you might be connected to the fraud organization. They investigated very quickly. If you had used a fake name, it could have been more difficult, but luckily, you were foolish enough to use your real name.
That's right. Damn, I can't believe I got caught.
What? Did you think you wouldn't get caught?
Of course. The fear of getting caught will cause the fraud to fail. You have to do it confidently and boldly.
Even if you were a member of the Mystery Club, I can't believe you could only come up with such a lousy plan. My husband must be disappointed.
Shut up. I don't have a choice. Do you have any proof that your husband is dead?
What?
I need some proof. Give it to me.
I don't understand. What do you want it for?
My boss in the organization told me to take care of your husband. I've been told not to come back until I've taken care of him for sure. If I don't hurry, I won't make it in time. I'm the only one left behind.
Are you saying that people from a criminal organization want my husband's life? My husband wasn't the kind of person to earn others' resentment during his lifetime. He was kind, hardworking, and I was surprised that such a genuinely good person existed in this modern age.
All of that is just a bunch of lies. Your husband is the enemy of my boss.
Enemy?
Robert Gill is my boss's name.
Robert Gill? Really? No way.
Looks like you have some idea, huh? Robert was beaten up by your husband a year ago, and he's been swearing revenge since that day. He said he couldn't rest until he got his revenge before he left the country. So I was asked to send your husband to the afterlife.
Never thought such a coincidence would happen. Unbelievable.
What are you laughing at? Have you lost your mind after finding out the truth about your husband?
Quite the opposite. It's hilarious. Let me tell you one truth. You were abandoned by your boss.
What? What do you mean?
Maybe you're too dumb to be needed in the organization. My husband beat up your boss? Don't make me laugh. He is the murderer who hit and ran my husband with a truck a year ago.
What?
He knew my husband was dead, yet he told you not to come back until you've taken care of my husband? Doesn't this mean that's the same thing as being told not to come back for the rest of your life? Right?
What? No way. That's not true. There's no way he would abandon me.
Since my husband's accident, our family has been searching for the culprit. The culprit was good at hiding, and we were at a loss. But I never expected that someone my husband knew in the past, and the person who ran over him with a truck, would turn out to be in the same fraud group. And I never thought that the culprit would approach us.
Are you going to report me?
Already did.
What?
I told you I had you investigated by the police. I told them about your organization's escape overseas, and that Robert Gill is the culprit behind my husband's accident. I told them everything. Before you escape, I'll make sure everything is brought to justice.
Oh no. I can hear the police sirens. How did they find my location?
They traced you through the various surveillance cameras, starting with the one at the pizza place. They followed surveillance camera footage from different locations, pinpointing the hotel where you are currently hiding. As expected, real police are incredibly skilled.
Damn.
Thanks to you, Officer Morgan, the organization is on the brink of collapse. And it looks like I will be able to catch the hit-and-run culprit and bring justice for my husband. Thank you very much. Please reflect on your life in jail with your boss. A few minutes later, Morgan was arrested and underwent police interrogation. Whether he was upset about being betrayed by his boss or had just accepted the situation, it seems he spilled all the information about the organization's overseas escape date, base, members, etc. Based on that, the police arrested all the members of the organization. Robert Gill was also caught and admitted his guilt. The reason why Morgan got my contact information was he posed as a police officer, interrogating people near my husband's parents' home. And he managed to get my contact from our mutual friend. Though my mother-in-law and I easily saw through the shoddy police act, I was horrified that some people could not see through it. My mother-in-law and I received a reward from the police for providing information. We also received a generous amount of compensation from the perpetrator for my husband's case. While the money isn't everything, the case has been resolved, and there's a sense of relief and brightness. I believe my husband is finding comfort in heaven.
Hey, Isabella, why didn't you come to the lunch gathering today? Your sister-in-law invited you. I can't believe you turned me down.
Oh, hello, Denise. I'm sorry I can't attend your lunch gathering. I have work during the day on weekdays, so I can't attend. I told you this before many times.
Well, I told you to take time off work and join us. I've been telling you for a long time too, haven't I?
I can't take time off so easily.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not? It's a job. I get paid and I have responsibilities. I can't just take a day off because I'm going to lunch with my sister-in-law. Don't you understand that's not a good reason to miss work?
The job you're doing is probably some trivial work, right? Aren't you working at the bread factory? I'm sure it wouldn't make much difference if you weren't there. My lunch gatherings are worth 100 times more than going to such a low-class job. Anyone with a bit of intelligence would understand that attending the lunch gathering is a much better choice.
Really?
After all, wives of the presidents of very famous companies, or the daughters of very prestigious families are joining my lunch gathering. A loser like you who works for a bread factory should feel grateful just to breathe the same air with us. It's a noble gathering, you know.
I see.
Gathering such wealthy individuals for a lunch? It's something only I, the wife of a Kingston Grand Hotel executive, can pull off. As your sister-in-law, I'm doing you a favor by inviting a loser like you.
Refusing that? What kind of attitude is that? I don't have any particular attitude. Oh, I see. Poor people like you must be jealous. Am I right? I'm not jealous. It's out of pity. You don't need to invite me anymore. If it's a weekday lunch gathering, I'll never be able to go in the future. Declining every time, and enduring sarcastic remarks afterward is quite a hassle.
Wow, who do you think you are? Or maybe, is that what it is? Oh, how silly of me. I'm so used to my lavish life because of my rich husband. I can't fathom the circumstances of a low-class factory worker. So, forgive me, okay?
What are you trying to say? Just say it.
Well then, I'll say it. You are so poor that you can't even pay for a lunch at hotel. You can't make ends meet without both spouses working, right? I'm so sorry.
I see. What's so funny about it? In this day and age, it's not that uncommon, is it?
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. In poor households, with the recent high cost of living, it's challenging to make ends meet without both spouses working, right? But for you, my brother's wife, not having money for lunch is truly pathetic. My father is the president and my mother has never done household chores. My brother and I were raised by housekeepers and butlers, taking piano and ballet lessons from an early age and groomed to be distinguished individuals. And yet, he married a poor loser like you. He was supposed to take over our father's company, but he turned him down and went to work as an employee at a completely different company. It's insane. No other way to put it.
If it's just me, it's fine. But can you please not insult my husband as well?
I'm just telling you the truth. He should have married someone matching our family status, like my marriage. I don't know why he married a poor woman like you.
Constantly calling poor, isn't that going too far? You seem to be making fun of our bread factory. But it's thanks to the people working there that even you can enjoy delicious bread.
What? I would never eat low-class bread from a factory. Got it? People like me only eat what top chefs prepare. Those mass-produced in factories claiming to be bread are laughable. It's just garbage made of flour.
Excuse me? That's so rude. Calling a product someone worked hard on garbage?
What's wrong with calling garbage garbage? You should spend the rest of your life making garbage in a low-class factory.
This is too much.
It's not too late. You should divorce my brother.
What? Why would you bring that up?
I'm saying that someone who can't even afford to join the lunch I kindly invited them to is not suitable to be my brother's wife.
You're jumping to conclusions like that? What are you talking about? I mean, you keep insulting me, and I was so angry that I lost track of the conversation. But the main topic is the lunch gathering, right? Well, you don't have to invite me anymore.
The same goes for me. I won't invite you either. I'm not inviting you ever.
Well, I'm glad to know. Goodbye.
Why didn't you come to the lunch gathering today? I told you to come.
I can't come because of my work. I mean, I thought you weren't going to invite me anymore.
I wasn't going to, but everyone wanted you to join, you know. What kind of trick did you use to get them to go along with you?
I didn't trick anyone. I can't attend on weekdays no matter who invites me.
Okay then, let's schedule next week's lunch on Saturday. Please make it this time, okay?
Why are you so insistent on me attending this lunch gathering? To be honest, I don't want to go, especially if you are the organizer. Do you remember how you insulted me last week? I don't think I want to attend after being insulted like that.
I'm sorry about that. I've reflected on it since then. Oh, don't worry about the money. As an apology, I'll cover the expenses this time. Everyone's looking forward to having you, Isabella. I hope I can introduce my wonderful sister-in-law who's doing great work.
Fine, I'll join this time.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, so we'll meet at the lobby of the Kingston Grand Hotel at noon on Saturday, okay?
Sure, I might be a bit late because of work in the morning, but I'll be there. I'm looking forward to it.
Isabella, you're the best. Your face was priceless. It was such a masterpiece that I wanted to frame it and hang it up.
Denise, what were you thinking? You suddenly poured hot coffee on me.
I couldn't help but pour coffee on your head because I didn't like the way you were looking at me. I didn't expect it to be so hot. I'm sorry. Forgive me, okay?
Thanks to that, half of my face got burned. Luckily, the hospital was close by. They said it would take about 2 weeks for it to heal.
Is it going to heal? That's too bad. But your face was a real sight to see that time. Half of your face was red and swollen, and your face was ugly as an ogre. If my brother sees that ugly face, he might consider divorcing you, don't you think?
That won't happen. My husband was rushed to the hospital. He's very worried about me. He'll charge you for the medical expenses and the cleaning cost of my suit.
Oh, speaking of which, you are wearing an expensive-looking suit despite being poor. I wonder if you were trying to match the class of the Kingston Grand Hotel. Poor thing, it ruined by the coffee.
What's so funny? I don't understand what's so funny in this situation.
There's nothing more entertaining than this in the world. Sipping coffee while enjoying your ugly burn face, along with the Kingston Grand Hotel's famous French toast. It was truly the best. It was the most exciting lunch I've ever had.
I can't believe you. So the apology for the previous insults was also a lie, wasn't it? Was it your intention to invite me over and pour coffee on me in front of various major company presidents' wives?
That's right. It was so easy to trick you. What a foolish woman. I need to properly discipline the low-class bread factory worker who dared to think she could join such a noble gathering. I wish I could have shared this joy with all my wealthy friends. But everyone suddenly left, saying they had something to do. That's my only regret.
Something to do?
Yeah, it's not usually like that. But wealthy people are busy. They have things to do that you can't even imagine.
They came to visit me at the hospital until a little while ago.
What?
They apologized for your outrageous actions to me. They apologized on your behalf.
What do you mean?
They apologized for not seeing through your true nature and inviting me to lunch themselves. They all apologized politely, but it's not their fault at all.
Why would the president's wives apologize to a loser like you? You're threatening everyone, aren't you?
Excuse me?
Or did you try to act as a poor victim to trick everyone into being on your side? Well, I know poor losers like you are good at that kind of tactic. In the world of wealthy people, there's no place for sly individuals trying to deceive others. That's why people like them get easily fooled.
You still don't get it?
About what? If you're up for it, fine. I'll pay for your treatment or whatever. After all, my husband is an executive at Kingston Grand Hotel. We have more than enough money. It's a shame to give it to a poor guy like you. But considering it as payment for witnessing the entertaining scene of a loser getting her face burned, it's quite cheap.
Can you afford it?
Of course, I can afford it.
Well then, I'll charge you without hesitation. Also, I'll be discontinuing our partnership.
Huh? Hey, Isabella!
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Everything is wrong. What did you say to the president of Kingston Grand Hotel? My husband says he's going to be fired because of me. He's very angry and says he's divorcing me.
Oh, so he's getting fired after all? Well, considering the circumstances, I guess it's only natural.
What do you mean?
Well, because you poured coffee on me, and as a result, Kingston Grand Hotel lost an important business partner. It's only natural that your husband has to take responsibility for that, isn't it?
What are you talking about? What business partner are you talking about?
I'm talking about Star Bakehouse. It's my company.
What?
It seems you thought I worked in the factory, but I'm the president of the company.
What? The president?
We are the supplier for the bread for Kingston Grand Hotel. You said you wouldn't eat bread made in a factory, but many of the guests have given it very high reviews. They say it's delicious.
What? Wait a minute, I remember people talking about how the hotel's breakfast bread had a taste like high-end bakery and was fantastic. I heard that some guests come to stay just to try the bread.
Yes, thankfully. All the bread served at breakfast is made by us. French toast for lunch and dessert, and bread for dinner. Most of them are produced in our company's factory.
Oh, so that French toast I had...
You enjoyed coffee and French toast while watching my burns, right? Well, from now on, you won't be able to eat it anymore. You won't get the same taste of French toast as before. We've decided not to supply bread to Kingston Grand Hotel from now on.
You're lying!
We don't want our bread supplied to a hotel that has people looking down on factory workers, calling our carefully crafted bread garbage, and having someone with such poor character.
No, it can't be true. If you stop supplying bread to Kingston Grand Hotel, your company would be in trouble too, right? You'll lose a place to sell your bread.
Our clients aren't just Kingston Grand Hotel. Even if we lose one, there are many others interested in working with us. In fact, excluding a hotel that looks down on factory workers, it will be able to maintain our brand.
Oh no, but it doesn't make sense. Ending a deal and firing my husband, isn't that too much? Why not just one or the other?
Kingston Grand Hotel wants to keep its brand face. It's natural to dismiss a problematic executive. I assume your husband proposed divorce for similar reasons? Being married to a woman of low status damages his social standing, so he wants a divorce, right?
Oh no, is it really my fault?
It's too late to regret it.
How was I supposed to know you were the president? If I had known, I wouldn't have poured coffee on you. I accepted you as an official participant in the wealthy people's lunch gatherings. Remember?
Wealthy or not, pouring coffee to a person is unacceptable. I'm going to make that a prerequisite, but let me tell you something. Everyone else at the lunch knew that I was the president of Star Bakehouse. The reason why they wanted to invite me was also because they knew my status and wanted to get to know me better.
Come to think of it, I thought everyone was strangely eager to invite you. I thought it was a little strange that the president's wives would be so eager to get close to a low-class factory worker.
How can you convince yourself that you are such a valuable person? In a way, that's a talent.
So, everyone going to the hospital when you were burned was also because of that, huh? Are you saying that they all abandoned me and took your side? All this time, I've been hosting lunch gatherings and trying to be liked by everyone. And now they're dumping me? Not just my husband, but even my friends as well?
Well, it's all your fault. You should be sorry.
Then I don't have a choice. I'm going to your house now.
What?
In that case, I won't be satisfied without revenge against you. If you and my brother aren't divorced yet, I'll barge into your house and mess things up.
I'll call the police.
Even if you say so, what about my brother?
What?
He's my brother. I'm sure he'll stand by me. He's probably under a lot of stress because of you who made his marriage difficult. If I went to your house and explained to him, he would divorce you and go back to our parents' house with me and live a splendid life that matches his family's status.
Are you an idiot?
What?
Do you know why my husband didn't inherit your father's company? because of the high status family, the dignity and manners. From a young age, he was forced into a constrained life by his parents and sister. He felt suppressed, experiencing significant stress.
What?
After getting married and starting a family, he finally became free. I don't think he'd easily give up on his current life. My husband and I are both working hard at the jobs we want to do. We are satisfied with our daily lives. We don't want that to be disrupted. If you barge into the house, we'll just kick you out. I wouldn't hesitate to call the police too.
What? Don't exaggerate. I'm your sister-in-law, remember?
If you don't like it, don't come to my house. Oh, by the way, the medical expenses for the burn and the cleaning costs for the suit haven't been paid yet. Please settle it by tomorrow. You can afford it, right? Good luck. Denise, who had a divorce forced upon her by her husband, didn't just end up with that as her punishment. When I had coffee poured on me, those present were the wives of the presidents of Kingston Grand Hotel's business partners. From there, the story spread to the presidents of various companies, leading to the end of contract of not only the bread, but also contracts involving furniture, facilities, amenities, and more. The hotel was in a really difficult situation, as the demand for an explanation grew louder and louder. In the end, it seems that the hotel decided to claim damages from Denise. Unable to rely on her ex-husband or her brother, Denise ran back to her parents' house. She humbled herself before her father borrowed money and paid the compensation. Now, she is said to be working tirelessly day and night to repay the enormous debts. The other day, I happened to see her in the town. She looked haggard, with no traces of her former self, completely worn out. On the other hand, I have fully recovered from the burn and I'm working hard. I am enjoying my life with my husband, and I have become friends with the wife of the president of the company who I met through the incidents. And we have lunch gatherings from time to time.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.